Hello everyone, Josh first back again bringing you guys some more 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and today I'm going to be showing you a unique way that you can build your Gustav. So this will be our second installment of our How to Gear Unit series. So let's go ahead and showcase a little bit about what you can do with Gustav. Now, a lot of you have probably been using Gustav. You've probably been using him for his freezing in both Guild Boss and probably Red Demon Raids. Or, I'm sorry, Deathmatch. But you might not know there's an actual unique way that you can actually start building up his gear to make better utilization of his skill set beyond just the freezing. So a lot of you are probably just building him HP defense because he does no attack at all. Like, his damage output is absolutely god-awful. It's atrocious, and that's pretty much how a lot of you probably build him. But if you look at his passive, which a lot of people seem to overlook sometimes for a lot of these units, which makes some of your, gear creations a bit more unique for certain types of setups or situations where you can try to get more out of that unit, he decreases all enemies' resistance by the value of the hero's pierce rate at the start of the battle, applies when entering battle. Which means, obviously, this passive will not take effect if he's on a sub-slot. He has to be in the battle. So, what does that mean? If you actually look at my pierce rate for my Gustav, it's sitting right now at 79%, and I'm still not even done yet. So, what does pierce rate actually do? It does additional damage on top of the damage you're already doing by a set value or a set percentage. I think it's a set flat value. It might be a percentage. But regardless, resistance kind of helps you kind of absolve or diminish greatly that pierce rate damage. So resistance plays against pierce rate, kind of how crit defense and crit resistance plays against crit damage and crit chance and stuff like that. So you have resistance versus pierce rate, attack versus defense, etc., etc. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too confused. So basically, the moral of the story is you want to do more damage, so you want to lower the enemy's resistance. And to do that with Gustav is you want to give him more pierce rate because it plays into his actual passive. So we're building him with a high pierce rate to better utilize his passive as much as we physically can, because we don't quite know the actual resistance percentages for certain types of content, especially Guild Boss. Now, Guild Boss is where you really want to utilize this, because Guild Boss is a game of scores. How much damage can you do in the fastest amount of time possible to get the highest score possible, to kind of better help your guild stay up in those top percentages for total donation for the week, so you guys can get better point rewards, right? Well, you want to use Gustav with pierce rate. You want to give him as much pierce rate as possible. That way, when you go in with your Jericho is going to do more pierce damage. And if you're pairing that up alongside a Hellbrim buff, which gives you that additional percentage to your pierce rate and to your attack and to your crit damage and your crit chance, a lot of those values even help Gustav, because you guessed it, you're adding more pierce rate to his already high pierce rate because of the way you're building his gear. So a good way I like to go about it is I like to use rare gauntlet and rare rings. That way it's cheap to build up the sub stats. You can see here that I currently have 16% on these subs. I'm still not done. I gotta, keep awakening when I get around to it. And this one here, you can already see we got 27% coming out of his subs. So he's getting a lot added there, and he already has pretty high pierce rate to begin with because of his awakenings and his base stats. So you can see here I'm getting 43% from gear, and that's totaling 79%. So he still got over 50%. I'm sorry. He still has over 30% pierce rate alone, just from his base stats and awakening. So it's not bad. It's like what? Somewhere around 35, 36%. It's not too bad. And then of course you add more with gear, and then you're going to have yourself a very nicely built up Gustav for stages such as Red Demon, if you want to do more damage and that as well to kind of, you know, maybe min-max your efficiency and your speed runs for Red Demon raids. And of course, also in Guild Boss, min-max your actual damage potential to get higher scores. So there you guys go. A unique way to build Gustav that a lot of you may not have been doing. A lot of you may just be slapping HP and defense gear on him and saying, whatever, I just use him for freeze. Well, now you know that Gustav has more value to him than you may not have known or realized beforehand. He can actually give you more damage output for your Jericho or for your Slater or whatever, depending on whatever content you're trying to clear. So if you want to min-max, there you guys go. Run Pierce Rate on your Gustav. That way you can lower that enemy's resistance, which again, we don't know the exact resistance percentage for Red Demon, for example, or Guild Boss. So you want to try and get that as high as possible, do some testings, and kind of see how much more damage you're doing before and after running this type of gear on your Gustav while in the battle. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button if this was helpful. Comment below what you guys think. Are you guys doing this with your Gustavs as well? Is this something unique that you might not have ever seen before? And if it is, let me know if you want to see more unique gear guide videos like this in the future, and I'll try to make more. My next target would probably be Red Slater. And yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying. Don't forget to subscribe, tick notifications, and join us in the Discord below if you like to play the game on PC. It's in the description as well. Definitely go ahead and use that link. It helps the channel out. And have an amazing weekend wherever you guys are. Until next time, as always, peace.